Howdy fellow gamers, Nemi here. Today we're going to be continuing the progression series with a video discussing an efficient way to make your account stronger with my progression pathway chart. Let's get into it. Let me break down this chart and how you can use it for yourself when progressing in Summoner's War. You will notice that the top row doesn't have a data value. In general, this will represent time playing the game. A lot of people play this game at different speeds. Some people play for 8 hours a day, some people play for 30 minutes a day. So it's natural to assume that players will progress differently. I decided to leave the time value out for now, but I think you could pretend each box was a week of game time. I think this would be a decent estimate for players who are really interested in making stronger accounts as fast as possible. I'm not going to talk about teams to clear content in this video, so if you're looking for dungeon progression help, check out the following videos in this series for the content that you need. First thing is always going to be your farmer.
I'm ready to go in, coach. Just give me a chance.
Oh, hell no!
These days, with the update to the Summoner's Way reward system, you should always 6-star your Lapis and use it as your farmer initially. It doesn't actually take that long to 6-star, just a couple hours of gameplay. A very important thing to notice after starting an account is that you will have a buff for 2 weeks. That increases EXP, mana gains, as well as allowing you to move around your runes for free. Essentially, you will want to 6-star as many units as you can, or make lots of fodder during the first 2-week window. After Lapis, you can consider Fran, Lauren, Vertihile, Bernard, Royd, Naomi, Veramos, and Sath. Each one of these units has a very specific reason to be being built early on. However, if you're not sure if you need them or not, just use the time to make some fodder. Another thing to do early on is farm stage 2 of the artifact dungeons. Power up a HP or defense stat artifact for each of the units you're going to be using. After the 2-week period, I recommend farming essences for a week to get all your fusion needs. If you get everything quickly, just go back to farming GB12.
Wow! Let's do that again! No!
During and after the first 2-week period, you should be focusing on using your dimensional hole energy to 2A some of these monsters. Sath, Tartu, Bernard, Naomi, and Royd are all good choices. Sath is probably the best option for your first 2A, as he allows you to build a decently fast GB12 team with low quality runes. Once you build your GB12 team, you need to start farming for a couple hours a day. If you do this, you'll be able to farm the runes to make your Alunia B5 team that really shouldn't take longer than a month's game time. Once you build an Alunia B5 team, you should be using your dimensional energy here. I don't recommend 2Aing any other unit unless you really need it to clear some content, or you've progressed to the point in the game where you're starting to focus on PvP, which is much later on. Make sure you are buying the 30 energy every week. This is definitely worth it and should be a must on all accounts. If you want to be efficient in the game, you just want to stay farming Giants B12 and Alunia B5 until you have the runes to build a Trikaru team. Between the Dot team and the Trikaru team, you can farm all the dungeons in the game safely, and it will just get faster as your account gets stronger. I see a lot of people posting on Reddit how they were able to build the Trikaru team within 30 days, and I actually don't really recommend this because what they do is they farm the Elemental Beastress for Determination runes, and they farm Dragons B12 for Guard runes.
That's bait.
It's honestly better off just to stay in Giants B12 and Alunia B5. You'll be able to get the runes you need to build the Trikaru team anyway.
The less you do, the more you do.
You don't want to be over farming the elemental rift beasts, as honestly the drop rates are just goddamn terrible. However, you want to make sure you are getting into the habit of crafting your 3 reaps, 2 ancient reaps, and 7 conversion stones every week. There are many teams you can use to farm this content. What I recommend doing is using as few different monsters as you can to get triple S for each element. At this point in the game, you should be working to finish off any content you haven't cleared yet. Build a BJR5 team to start getting your grinds and enchants for some of your better runes. Other things you want to make sure you can do is start clearing TOA hard and starting to work on TOA hell. Getting 10 stars in TOA hell is a very good idea as it gives you that extra Devilmon every month. Once you have completed all of these things, you can start exploring the wonderful world of PvP in Summoner's War.
Oh, he's miserable. He fits right in.
That's all for this one, guys. Stay tuned for the next video in this series. Peace!